When we picture a cradle of humanity, we usually imagine silent, dusty trenches. But located in modern-day Osun State, Nigeria, Ile-Ife defies that expectation. It is a bustling, living metropolis and the active spiritual anchor for millions of people. This devotion stretches far beyond West Africa. It crosses the Atlantic, taking deep root in Cuba, Brazil, and throughout the Americas. To understand why this specific city commands such global loyalty, we have to look past the paved roads and travel back to a moment before solid ground even existed. To step into Ile-Ife is to stand at the source. In the Yoruba worldview, this city remains the active, ongoing site of creation itself. Before there was Earth, the Yoruba cosmos was divided into two distinct, unbridgeable realms. Above was a realm of radiant clarity, ruled by the supreme being Olodumare. Below was an untamed misty ocean, ruled by the sovereign goddess Olokun. Between pure spirit above and endless water below, there was nowhere for humanity to stand. Bringing order to this watery void required a physical bridge. Olodumare entrusted the deity Obatala with the task of creating habitable land. To reach the waters, the supreme being lowered a massive golden chain. But on his descent, Obatala drank palm wine. He fell into an intoxicated stupor, abandoning his cosmic mission. Seeing this failure, his younger kinsman Olodumare seized the materials of creation, a single snail shell filled with dark earth, a palm nut, and a five-toed chicken. By taking up the task, Olodumare secured his place as the heroic founder, establishing the root of the Yoruba divine right of kings. Obatala, upon waking, was instead assigned to mold the physical bodies of humanity. Reaching the end of the chain, Olodumare poured the small shell of earth directly onto the primordial waters. He then dropped the five-toed chicken. It immediately began scratching and scattering the soil, causing that speck of dirt to rapidly expand into solid ground. On this newly formed earth, a sobered Obatala began shaping the first humans from clay. They named this place Ile-Ife. The name translates to the land of expansion. It cements the core Yoruba philosophy that all physical reality and all human existence radiated outward from this exact epicenter. That mythological lineage continues today. The Oni of Ife is the living divine king who sits directly on Oduduwa's throne. The orishas, or deities, never left either. Their presence is maintained in active foundational shrines like the towering Opa or Amin monolith. Together, the palace and these sacred sites act as an unbroken vertical axis. They are the geographical coordinates where heaven remains permanently tethered to earth. From this geographic anchor, humanity dispersed outward, mimicking the exact action of the five-toed chicken scattering the earth across the waters. The archaeological record aligns with this expansion. Between the 11th and 15th centuries, Ile-Ife grew into a massive, technologically advanced classical empire. The city's artisans produced breathtaking, naturalistic bronze sculptures. This civilization seeded royal dynasties across West Africa and eventually astonished the wider world. Their equal mastery of terracotta demonstrates a wealthy, highly organized, and remarkably stable society. Ile-Ife's influence rests on two pillars: its role as the untouchable center of a global cosmology, and its verified history as a dominant center of West African technology and art. Centuries later, the tragedies of history and the extreme violence of the transatlantic slave trade forcibly dispersed the Yoruba people across the globe. Yet, despite this traumatic forced migration, they carried their cosmological architecture with them. Concepts like the orishas and ori, one's spiritual destiny, survived the Middle Passage. These root beliefs adapted and evolved, growing into thriving, powerful diaspora religions like Santeria in Cuba and Candomblé in Brazil. The core practices of these faiths, including their complex divination systems, continue to serve as a direct, active link back to their Yoruba origins. In the Yoruba worldview, creation is a continuous reality. Because Ile-Ife is the eternal root of the tree, the spiritual compass of millions worldwide will always point back to the exact spot where the golden chain first touched the water.